4 times now, but last year I didn't do it because I was actually pregnant, so this is my first time back in a little while.
And how did you fare the last time you did this?
Last time I did this, it was pretty good, but we actually had, I think, a record turnout, and there was so many more women last time, so they kept me pretty honest, and it was quite tough in terms of pushing yourself up the hill and finishing. I can't remember what the weather was like, but if it's like it is today, it's pretty hard slog going up there in all the heat, and yeah, especially after trying to clear your mouth with beer and pie.
And these pies aren't gourmet pies, are they?
No. They're just whatever I think is the cheapest on special at the supermarket. They turn out they're soggy, maybe still warm, but you need the liquid to wash them down with.
Do you think they're deliberately made soggy?
I think it's just a timing thing, how long it takes Carl to drive here with them. But
Yeah.
that's why there's a bit of a technique, like do you eat all the pie first and then drink all the beer, or do you chop and change, or do you drink all the beer first and then eat the pie? So
these are the secrets you keep to yourself, are they?
I don't think it really matters in the end. I just pretty much, I do it, but I want to finish with the beer so that I don't have the pie stuck in my mouth.
And the beer itself, is that...
It's like tui or something.
Tui.
Yeah,
so
yeah, real bland, real
bland and
yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
And warm, is it warm?
Yeah, it'll be warm.
I think Carl or Stu was here last year, probably cuddle the beer to make it warm.
Really?
Yes, I think they might do that, yeah.
Yeah, whatever makes it, I guess, unappealing. But the joke was they always were trying to see who would vomit, you know, so they definitely don't go make it easy.
They're being mischievous, do you think?
I think it's mischievous enough.
Now, in an ideal situation, would you be rather drinking a beer and a pie, or would you rather go for a Chateau de Neuf or a nice red and maybe some nibbles like an asparagus roll, or grilled salmon on rye, or maybe something like, what else, crayfish roll, or even if you're a Southlander, a cheese roll but made with the Southland recipe.
Oh,
Which would you prefer?
And then run up the tip track?
And then run up the tip track, yeah.
To be honest, you probably actually would rather the beer and the pie.
Rather than the beer and the pie, is it?
Because it's because what I was just saying to you on the way up, no matter what you do, you could eat whatever you say wanted and run up that. The tip track is hard enough that it doesn't really matter what you eat beforehand, but you don't want anything too strong tasting. You don't want anything that bubbles in your stomach. You just want something that you can sort of easily burp on the way up the tip track. So a cheap pie and a cheap beer actually doesn't go down there badly.
Now tell me today, who are you out to beat?
Who
are you out to thrash?
I'm just hoping that I can actually finish this year. This is going to be my hardest run since having my baby, so...
Oh, it's a long way up there. I had a look around the corner. It's actually quite a long way up.
Well, the thing is, I used to hold the record for this, and now I don't, but I will not be reclaiming the record today.
So there's a bit of a competitive streak there, is there? I mean...
Oh, in me, yeah, definitely.
Maybe in the back of your mind, maybe not this year, but you're after that record back.
I would love to try and get that record back, but
Okay, wow, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know where everybody's gotten to. I mean, I'll just swing the camera out.
Oh, they've been warming up, so more people have been turning
up. I'll just swing around here. Yes, there's one or two people. Oh, there's a person with a tie. Gosh, amazing, eh? And it's own craft beer, yes. Well, that's the thing too.
I know my socks don't match. I know what you're thinking. They don't really go.
Well, I wasn't thinking that at all. What I was thinking is the craft beer actually permissible in terms of clause 5A of the rules.
I actually need someone to take my wallet and keys.
Wallet.
Is James at the top? Do you know?
I don't know who's at the top, but someone will be. Yeah.
So what if you're going to give out one tip? What would your tip be?
To pace yourself at the start when you're running up this hill, because if you haven't done it before, it does go on, and when you think you've reached the top, you actually haven't. So slow and steady sort of wins this race, yeah.
And the second tip would be not to pass you.
Yeah, don't pass me, yeah.
Okay, well thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
this is Carl Woodhead, and he organises this thing from year to year. How many times has this thing been run, Carl?
Oh, this is probably about 17 or 18 years now.
17 or 18 years?
Yeah, it started off as a group of us who sort of were never really able to position ourselves well in terms of proper running. We were coming back from the Christchurch Half Marathon and thought, well, how could we set up an event that we're likely to win? Unfortunately, the good runners also happen to be good at having a pie and a beer as well, but it sort of levels out the playing field a wee bit.
So that would be Bruce Lake, I imagine, who was also an architect to this.
That's exactly right, and we're really pleased today to have Bruce Lake back for the first time in about 5 years.
Yeah, it is.
Be about that. So,
is that you, Bruce?
It is, believe it or not.
Well, I don't know if it is you, Bruce.
Yeah,
is
I
it?
do.
Really?
How
I
are
mean,
you? It's a long time since I've seen
what
you as well.
proof have you got that you're Bruce Lake?
you're a smaller version of the Bruce Lake we knew.
Is that right? Now, Carl, there are obviously rules. Bruce is laughing there. I'm more interested in the rules around the temperature of the pies and the temperature of the beer.
Pies have to be hot and the beer has to be warm.
Warm,
so,
okay.
So the pies are hot. You can blow on the pie if you want, if you're into safer communities, but really you just have a big bite, get the beer in, wash it down, and then get another bite in.
And I take it these aren't gourmet pies. You buy the cheapest 89-cent pies from
Damn right.
Back and Save?
Yep.
Yeah. And what about the beer? Is it the cheapest you can
The beer
buy?
is tui, so we've got just straight old tui.
What about craft beer? I see somebody's bought their own, a BYO. Is that allowed in the rules?
Yeah, it's allowed, but I wouldn't encourage it. But if people want to go a bit fancy, they're entitled to.
Okay, so like you could bring along a glass of very nice port or.
No. It has to be fizzy. Has to be 330 mils. So
Okay.
that's the basic rules.
Right,
Yep.
and preferably beer, but it could be something else, non-alcoholic?
Yep, non-alcoholics. So somebody's brought along a sugar-free Pepsi Max. Other colas are available.
Does that give an advantage because there's no alcohol involved?
No. The alcohol is good. It's the carbs help get you up.
Now, the results from last year, I couldn't seem to find them, and I just wondered if these are a state secret and maybe kept in the vault, maybe in a bunker somewhere. What's the story there with results? Because,
we're all winners at the end of the day. This race, it leaves a scar in your heart. That means that we've all won.
so is that an answer, a very good public service answer to say there actually are no results?
That would be the case, yes.
Well, that's a shame because there must be outstanding performance here.
Oh, yeah, well, over the years there have been outstanding performances. R.P. Williams is an absolute legend at the pie and the beer. If you go into Strava, there's basically the Strava segment from here to the top of the hill is owned. All of the top Strava segments are by people who've done this race while they're doing this race. So if you want to run fast up the tip track, you have a pie and a beer to start, and that will get you up quicker.
Now, in terms of the second beer, what kind of research was done in terms of placing the second beer in relation to the end of the race?
Basically, it had to be at the very highest point. So you get up there, your heart's going at 200 beats per minute, you get the beer in you as fast as you can, it's sitting right at the top of your guts, and then you just drop down the hill. And that's where the wheat is sorted from the chaff in terms of the running field.
Okay. Now, last year, I don't know, you might remember, the Wonder Boy, Liam McDonald, he was pretty bloody slack when it came to him for completing the beer and the beer part of this, before he started.
Oh, I don't recall that. I was too busy myself.
He was actually last. A young lady beat him. I mean, that's how bad it was. I just wonder if he turns up this year, whether he'll improve.
Hopefully he's been practicing.
Hopefully he was certainly practicing this morning, but not on the beer or the pie. Okay then, Carl, well, we'll see how things go.
Excellent.
Great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, we're doing a video.
Glenn and Tom.
Glenn and Tom. Victoria University.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, on the comeback.
We've got three of us. Greg here as well.
But no Dan.
No Dan.
Is it a track race, a real race, apparently?
But he was doing some training this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't doing a race.
Sneaky training elsewhere.
Yeah. So you were here last year?
I was.
Yeah. Okay.
It was hard.
Hard.
I think it was the last time I ran up the tip track.
But you're back anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And any tips?
Eat fast, drink fast,
Eat fast,
run
drink
slow.
So, I mean, as a university student, I mean, or an X1 maybe, you'd have plenty of practice on that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's one of my more common training sessions, I'd say.
And of course, eating $1 pies from Countdown is obviously a normal part of your daily calorie intake.
Countdown, I thought they were from Pack and Save. Well,
Pack and Save, Countdown, whatever one is the cheapest.
That's new. Countdown.
So we've gone with Pack and Save or Countdown pies? Countdown.
So out of you two, Tom and yourself, Glenn, who's likely to get to the top first?
This guy.
But you'd really like to beat him though, wouldn't you?
Maybe in the drinking.
In drinking, right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. And warm beer, you can handle warm beer?
Oh, not stoked about it. No.
Stoked about it. What would you like to have instead?
Nice ice cold.
Ice cold beer?
Milk would be nice. Nah.
Milk. It's got to be
Something
fizzy,
flat.
apparently.
Something flat would be better. Yeah.
So the rule say it's got to be fizzy.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So you could have Coke. Well, I think they're about to start, and the pies are getting cold, so...
We should put the money.
Stu, can you collect coins as well from people? I'll just grab it off you later.
Thank you.
Sweet.
I'm not going up there. I'm not going up there.
It's just the gold coin.
Yeah, just a gold coin. Yeah. So 'cause it's all going to go to the Macro Mountain Bike Trust. So if you don't give it to me, just leave it.
It's all the same, eh?
Yeah, all mints.
Perfect.
Stu, who's handing out the beer, he can grab the money after.
Don't drop the pies.
Save the communities together, right? Blow on the spot. Gonna make sure it's not filming.
So Bruce, you're committed now, you've got a pie in your hand.
I
You
know,
can't get out of it
there's
now.
no going back.
There's no going back.
Are we allowed to open the can?
No, I don't think you are actually.
When you start eating?
No.
Oh no, it's been a few years since I've done it, Ron. I'm looking forward to my comeback.
It's all, you'll be doing it on memory.
Long distance memory, mate.
Last year I
So you don't want one? Oh, down.
Anyone else need a beer? Anyone else need an LP?
Yep.
He's studying one of the hangover cure from hell.
Indeed. Bruce never got hangovers, did you, Bruce? Now, Stu, I'm just going to ask, there was a suggestion last year that somebody may not have drunk their full quota of beer, the 350 or whatever.
Well, that's a bit unfortunate and disappointing.
What does it say in the rules about checking that?
You're supposed to tip the beer over your head when you finish, just to prove that it's drunk.
Yeah.
So if you don't drink the beer, you're going to get a rather new, unique form of shampoo, and it will be sticky as you're running up the tip track.
Right.
So we'll enforce that a little bit more rigorously this year.
Well, that sounds very good. Thank you, Stu.
Hey, we're just waiting for JT to get to the top, since he was a bit slow.
Basically, if you get there and he's not there yet, you have to wait.
I think we'll be fine.
Okay. So, firstly, just a big, congratulations for Carl for organising yet another epic event. Yeah. Alright, so if you can just get everyone squashed in so we can take a group selfie.
This is Carl taking a selfie. Yes, this is also in the rules.
John is getting there, Carl.
And there we have Stu taking a photo with his, yes.
Don't say beer and pie.
Beer and pie.
Excellent. Okay, so a few rules, because you know this event would not actually have a trophy if there wasn't for some rules. You're not allowed to open the beer until we say go. You can drink the beer and pie in any order or combination of beer pie techniques. You know, try something new. You might have tried the beer pie last year. Go for the pie beer this year. Or the you must tip the can upside down over your head just before you put it in the bin, just to prove that you've drunk it all.
Really?
There was an accusation that someone did not drink everything last year.
Oh, no.
You must also throw the can into the bins, because it is, we do want to, even though it is the tip, to keep this place tidy. And the other thing is that chundering is allowed. There is no extra lap for chundering, and you must drink the beer at the top as well. Same rule applies. Okay, so if we're ready, we'll start in. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just sort of all right, we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. He's really going for it. He's already 1/3, 2/3 of the way through the pie, and the beer's already been going down. Good combination technique. And it's James. Slow down. Oh, look at that, Carl. He's just taking, he's sipping it like a latte. Oh, they're talking, they're chatting over here. Yep. Okay, good technique over there. Bit slow. Look at that! He's going! Yep, good stuff. Come on, sir. Oh yeah. Look at these university boys.
2018, you can't be talking about girls and boys like that.